Hey, it's Lori and Jamie
with the Babbling Babes.
So, the New Year's coming up very, very quickly.
Or by the time you listen to this, maybe it's already passed.
Oh, that's true.
Right? So,
that's true.
But either way, we're going to talk about New Year's resolutions.
Yes. Make them, keep them.
Do you like them?
So, I don't really have any strong feelings about them one way or the other. I don't think. What about you? Do you make them?
You know, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I do find that when I ask people about New Year's resolutions, a good amount of them get really irritated with the whole idea of New Year's resolutions. I don't need to make a resolution to do something positive or empowering in my life. I can do it anytime. So I find that interesting.
Well, it's true.
It is true.
It's kind of the same thing as saying, I'm going to start exercising on Monday. Like, what is it about New Year's? And I guess it's like the start of something, because Monday is generally the start of a new week.
Right. And I think there's just something in human nature that, when kind of like, when one door closes, another opens type mentality, and it feels better to start something when it's beginning rather than in the middle or ending. That's how I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right? I get more motivated. So I sometimes do have New Year's resolutions.
So what has been one of your more recent New Year's resolutions?
And by the way, I've never kept any of them, which is why as time has gone on, I've stopped doing them because it's just too difficult. I feel like
I think we set too big of. We set ourselves up for failure lots of times.
Yes. So I think one of them was 1 year, like, I'm not going to eat any sugar. And I actually lasted doing that for months and months and months and months.
Well, good for you.
I really stuck with it. But eventually I caved, and it was right back to
the carrot cake cult.
Actually I was out to lunch at a luncheon. My boss took all of us out to lunch, and she insisted everybody order dessert. And she was annoyed with me for sticking to my I don't eat sugar nonsense. And I felt such pressure. I took one bite, and honestly, one bite, that was it. I figured, I already blown the resolution. I might as well go back to eating sugar, which is wrong thinking.
Yeah.
Which in a way is kind of how that's not a good thing, to either be one way or another.
Right.
You should just always try.
You should, I guess the key for sugar would be reducing.
Yes.
Not giving up, because that's hard to do.
Yes.
Like in a situation like you just described, or maybe you're celebrating a special occasion, and there's cake or something, and you don't want to be like, oh, I can't eat your cake,
Right, it's rude.
It hurts people's feelings.
It does.
It's like because you're not participating in the celebration.
Right.
So, you just reduce your intake.
That's a good point, Jamie. It's reduce, or just do something you can actually really keep. Like, you could keep a resolution, which was try to cut back on your sugar. You could.
Oh, yeah.
That's
because you're not saying, I'm never eating sugar again.
Right.
That is a tall ladder to climb.
It is. And it's defeating, and then you feel lousy, you feel like a failure afterwards, when you shouldn't. You really shouldn't. But I think that, setting goals for yourself are really uplifting and really motivating. For me, they are.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's I'll start on Monday, or I'll start tomorrow, I'll start on the New Year's, have a resolution. I think it's a great idea. I don't see anything wrong with it.
No, definitely not. I think, like you said, goals are important. If we have no goals, then what are we? That's a kind of a ho-hum kind of life, right? Like,
yes,
you're
it
not
is.
trying to achieve anything at all.
Yeah.
Save money, lose weight, eat healthy.
That's true.
Exercise.
It kind of means you don't want to change anything about yourself.
Yeah.
Because you should always want to be,
improving in some way or another.
Right. Moving forward.
Just being a better person in general.
Right. Well, they say
There's
that,
always
like,
room for improvement.
they say like the highest gym membership, is always around the first of the year. It
Yes.
keeps people get motivated. They're going to lose
Yep.
weight. See, to me, that's an unrealistic goal. If you were not in the gym before, you're probably not going to be. A more realistic goal would be, I'm going to, get a Fitbit or whatever device, and I'm going to make sure I do 5,000 steps a day, or 1,000 steps a day,
Start low.
or I'm going to walk down my driveway to the mailbox and back. I mean, some people,
Right.
that's a big deal. Whatever is,
Yeah. Starts baby steps.
right,
Exactly.
right, rather than
Yeah.
say I'm going to
Park your car far away from the grocery store door.
Yes, see, that's something people could do.
It's easy.
It's easy to do, and then you feel like you've accomplished something.
Yeah.
I think the key is to set goals for yourself that you really can accomplish, even if they're minor and little baby steps, because when you accomplish them, you feel good about yourself, and then it motivates you to continue on, at
Yes.
least for me. Do you agree?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And more importantly, don't beat yourself up if
Right.
you one day failed to, stick with whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. You're going to have slips.
Yes.
You're going to have slip ups, and you just say, that's okay, because
Right.
it was just, that was today, and it's okay, and tomorrow I'll be back on track.
Right. I remember one time one of my resolutions was to, if an opportunity came up on a daily basis, share something positive that you maybe were thinking that you normally wouldn't. In other words, if I went and bought myself a coffee at a little convenience store, the woman was very nice, and I thought to myself, what a nice person. I would instead say, you're such a pleasant person. Thank you very much.
Oh,
And-
I love that.
And you know what? I would have to say I didn't stick with it every day, but it did. I stuck with it enough that it changed my thinking about that, and now I do it naturally. Not every day, because sometimes there's not an opportunity, but it did change. It reprogrammed my thinking, and it did become a part of my personal life. So see, there's an example.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I
Right?
often think that I would love to give more compliments, and I thank them. If I see somebody, like you said, interacting with somebody, who's making your coffee for you at Starbucks, and you are admiring their earrings, but I just admire the earrings, and I don't say, oh, I love your earrings. And so I'm going to practice.
You should practice
speaking what my thoughts are,
I'm telling
especially
you,
if they're nice thoughts.
They're nice thoughts, and people love it. I love it when someone, says something.
Well, of course.
Positive. It makes me feel like, my efforts or what I was doing mattered to somebody. It's not so much like, oh, well, yeah, look at me. Of course I'm so wonderful. Nothing like that. More like, oh, they recognize that I did make them feel better because they recognized it and they thanked me for it. So, and I think also, I know this is silly, but I think it's really important that women compliment other women
Yes.
on their appearance often, because there's no, whether or not you're gay or not is irrelevant, but typically there's no motivation if you're going to, there's no reason behind a compliment like, oh, your hair is gorgeous, or you have really pretty eyes, or I love that color, looks so good on you. I just think it's important that we do that for other women.
Yeah.
Sometimes when a man maybe says that to a woman, you're kind of thinking, well, why is he saying that? But a woman saying that to a woman, it's pretty much just a real heartfelt compliment.
I agree.
Right? It's a good thing.
I would never be offended if somebody
Right.
told me they liked, my
I-
sweater or
I wouldn't
something.
care what their sexual preference is, in all honesty. It's if a female recognizes something and makes a point to share it with me, it really means a lot to me.
Yeah.
It really means a lot. So what's our takeaway, Jamie?
Our takeaway is, if you have New Year's resolutions, if you like to make them, then just make them realistic. I
Right.
guess. Don't go overboard and say that you're never eating sugar ever again.
Stick with
or something like that.
Stick with something like share your feelings when they're positive to a person. When they come up, that would be, that's something all of you could do. And even if it's not the New Year's right now, when you're listening to this, you can do it anytime. You can start anytime. That is just a
Exactly.
boss thing to do. So
Yes.
All right.
Alrighty.
Until later.
Okay, ciao.
Ciao.